What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Zaida Susan podcast, where you'll hear me talk about literally everything. So I hope you enjoy. Good late evening, people. I hope you're doing great today. I hope today has treated you well. I hope that you have taken every opportunity that you could today, honestly, to be better. Yeah. My day was pretty good, I guess. It could have been better, but um yeah, I know y'all don't want to hear about my day, but yeah. So yeah, I'll just get straight into it. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I hope you are fearlessly taking on the world. Hope today's been great. Like I said before, just a couple seconds ago. Um, so I've been thinking about social media a lot more recently, and just like how it can be better. Um, yeah, and honestly, it could be better a lot of ways. Sorry about that. Honestly, the problem with social media is that you see everyone. Well, one of the problems, there's a lot of problems with social media, but one of the problems with social media is that you see everyone's highlights. It's not realistic. Yeah, and another problem is you see the people's. Sorry about that. You see the people like a lot of it is negative. And I think that should be taken away. The negativity, there should be another place for it. um Especially with like venting, because a lot of people they love to vent on social media. Like they will like literally write paragraphs upon paragraphs about their sob story, about their bad day, when nobody cares. It's not that nobody cares, but it's just not entertaining to read, and it's kind of depressing. But yeah, hopefully hopefully yeah, I don't want to say too much about that. Yeah, honestly, it could be done a lot better. And I think that just it's gonna take time for people to realize that. Um, yeah, like I honestly hope that you are like realizing that social media is like really, really bad for your mental health. Like you don't need to be on social media all day. Like you can become a person who is like half of the person you were without social media. I promise you. Um, Anybody who knew me like in high school, I was like Instagram, low key Instagram famous. I ain't gonna lie. I had like 11K followers. And I kind of was just a person who was just on social media all day, checking it, checking it, checking it for no reason. It wasn't doing anything for me, and that was before like people could get paid for it. I kind of got off like right then and there. But honestly, like I'm not. It's not something that I don't that I'm like mad about, because it was making me sad. It was making me like not even just sad, but it was like a huge time waster too. Like just being on social media, Instagram specifically was the bad one for me, just because you could constantly scroll, and never run out of content. And even if you did, you could go to the explore page and just be on there for hours. And yeah, it could, it can just be constantly showing you what you don't have, what you are not, you know, and that is not healthy. You should be working on what you don't have. You should be working on what you are not. You shouldn't be shown that, and it shouldn't be a constant comparison. It should be just social media should be you with your friends. It should be you sharing an experience. It shouldn't be the it shouldn't be the what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The wanted animosity? I think that's what I'm looking for. Like you shouldn't want people to envy you. That shouldn't be a part of the social media. It shouldn't be that at all. Because that doesn't do anything for anyone. And honestly, if you look at the statistics, suicides and depression has roles since the advent of social media, and among teens and preteens predominantly. It's just been very, very bad for us culturally, and I don't think that it's smart for us to raise a generation of people who are constantly insecure about their feelings, about their place in the world, because they don't realize that you're not supposed to have nothing when you're young. You aren't. You aren't supposed to have anything. The people who have anything, like I said yesterday, those people, they won't get to evolve as much as you. Um, I mean, unless their family built some character into them, they won't be able to feel that level of growth that you will. And it's not a bad thing that you don't have anything. You literally have the opportunity to get everything. Like if you have everything, you don't have any opportunity. You have opportunity to make something for yourself, to find purpose, find meaning, but you don't have the opportunity to say, I got this by myself. You can't say that, and that is valuable. Sorry about that. That is very valuable. I really hope that people are knowing that you don't say that you're sorry about that. It is a lot of like background stuff going on. And that's background. I hope it's not too loud. I tested the audio, it wasn't that bad, so hopefully that it's just not too loud, and hopefully you are enjoying this. But yeah, social media is not good for you. Stay off of it. Honestly, like it's nice for like talking to people you haven't talked to in a minute. It's nice for sharing experience. It's nice for doing all that. But the toxicity in social media, especially like Twitter and Snapchat, oh my goodness, it could be better. It could be a lot better. I hope that people are monitoring their social media use, monitoring how they use their social media. Honestly, if you look at my TikTok, my social medias, you will only see positive messages, only see positive things, because that is the only thing that I surround myself with. Um, just it hasn't been like like just constant, but that's what I've been surrounding myself with like in the past years. And that is, I think more people should do that, or if not just positivity, just and positivity and like things you're interested in, just like focus on like the good part of it. Um, there's actually a lot of good that comes to social media. Oh, yeah, there's obviously like many different reasons why people use social media, and I'm not discounting any of those, but you should really think about how you feel when you use social media. You should think about how you feel on social media and what it's doing to you. Because that is valuable. That is important. You should really, really, really think about when you click on the app, whether it be Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, whatever your addiction is. How do you feel before and after you use the app? Are you mad? Are you jealous? Are you um, sad? Are you depressed? Like, what are you feeling then? And like, think about how much time you spent getting to that point. How much time you spent getting to that point of like, and most of the time, people regret spending dang, why have I not been on Instagram this long? Why have I been on Twitter this long? Most of the time, people regret it. It's not something that they feel is a valuable trade of their time, and that should change. I think more people should get on like things like Reddit, because you can learn a lot on Reddit. And there's it's honestly a very, very friendly community, because they have like moderators and like people. If anybody who don't know what Reddit is, it's like Facebook groups, but like the next level of it. Basically, like Reddit is a thing where you have a blog or like a question, and then people can comment on that question. They can join their subreddit, and they can follow it, and yeah, it's kind of like it's a better version of Facebook, I'd say. This is like very, very, really, very rarely any negativity, like for real. Very positive people, and it's actually really, really funny. Like I can be on Reddit for a minute. Actually, Reddit is like really, really underrated. Sorry. Sorry about that. Reddit is really underrated. You can you can you can meet a lot of new people, a lot of cool people on Reddit. Like not like Instagram, like where it's like fakeness. You can meet a lot of cool people there. Yeah, I hope you are using that wisely, using your time wisely, using your days wisely. I got a lot of stuff done today. Yeah, I got a lot of ideas down on page. Got a lot of I started my budget. I haven't even started the job yet, but I got my budget down. I got I'm like ready until like March with like literally every not literally every transaction, because I mean I don't know what I'm gonna eat. um, not even next week, but I just have like it budgeted, and that is a start. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going in, fine tuning it as like my financial situation becomes more concrete. And yeah. Honestly, I've been I've been on a roll, man. I've been on a roll like the past 2 weeks, just getting it, being about it. Yeah, and I hope you have too. I hope you really have. Because like I always say, the time is gonna pass regardless. It's gonna pass regardless. You really want to make sure you go and get it while you got the chance. Um, I hope that I'm not sounding too like shaky or too like anxious, but yeah. Either way, you're gonna have to listen to it if you're listening to it now. Yeah, yeah. I hope you're doing good. Sorry about that. Hope you're doing good. Hope you are loving your life, living the life you want to. It's really like if you're like my age, like really take this time to find yourself, man. Take this. Sorry about that. Take this time to find yourself and find what you like to do and explore that. Find what makes you what you can do for a living without being paid for it. Like if you could be a waiter or something for the rest of your life, like you just love greeting people, you love meeting new people, having conversations. If that's just your thing, and like you love like giving them nice food, then be the best waiter you can be, man. Like for real, for real. No matter what your job is, like really like, and like especially if you're doing something that like if you haven't found what you like yet, if you're doing something that, sorry about that, if you're doing something that you don't like, but like do it the best you can, do it the best you can. Don't waste your time. Don't go in there with an attitude. Man, I was at Smoothie King this morning, right? And I was sparking. I was at Smoothie King, and yeah, I'm trying to start this. I'm trying to stop this OMAD diet. Cause guess what, man? Sorry about that. Guess what, man? I got down to my ideal weight. I am 149 flat. You hear me? Yeah. So I'm gonna start bulking up, and I'm trying to stop this OMAD diet. So, um, if you know anything about just like the OMAD diet, 1 meal a day, or like heard me talk about it, I've what do you call it? It's like it's 1 meal a day, but I don't be getting hungry like till around like 6 now, and I've been feeling like wired and like I can't sleep, and it's just a lot. There is very a lot of benefits to sorry about that. It's a lot of benefits to like ketosis and like getting your body in the routine of eating 1 meal a day, especially if you're overweight, like for real. Excuse me. Especially if you're overweight, and don't think it's like impossible. There are people who do water diets for like months at a time and lose hundreds of pounds. Yeah. And I mean, it literally just takes some time to get used to, and some time like you really gotta like ease back off of it. So that's why I just like started doing some oh gosh, I am very I don't even know. Um, I need to sleep. Yeah, that's why I started doing I said I was gonna do like fruits, but I just went to Smoothie King and got like a nice smoothie. And it felt kind of great. I felt great. That is the only thing that I've eaten today, so I need to eat again today. But anybody who's went to Smoothie King, they know that it is like a meal in a cup. It's like literally like I don't know how many calories it is, but it's enough calories to be qualified as a meal, and it's actually really good for you. Yeah, and it's not one of them like health smoothies like a kale shake or something. Like I'm pretty sure they have a nice kale shake. I haven't had a kale shake there, but um, yeah, their smoothies are actually really nice. And if you're thinking about going on a diet, I would really try Smoothie King. I would really try something like that. Oh goodness, but I'm getting off track. Yeah, if you really if you want to like try something adventurous like a OMAD diet or a water diet, just know that it's gonna be a rough like 2 weeks, but after that it's gonna be super easy. Um, and when you're getting off, like you're gonna have to taper into like getting food. You can't just go back into getting meals. First off, your body isn't going to want that. Your body isn't going to crave that burger like it did before. Yeah, I mean, unless you're doing an OMAD diet, then it just won't. It will want like half the burger. Especially like if you try to if you normally like breakfast or something, you just won't be hungry until like. And I already wasn't like hungry until like 12. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully I'm helping somebody. Yeah, the OMAD diet is very beneficial. Like I said, I've seen the benefits of it. I've seen ketosis working on me. I definitely feel like high energy, definitely feel clear headed, but it's getting to the point where like I'm small already. I don't have any fat on me, and the brain needs calories. It needs fat to literally do its thing, and I'm starting to have a little fogginess, a little like I don't know. I feel like I've done this enough, and honestly, honestly, you can I'm pretty sure there are dozens of diets. Pick one. OMAD is one that works. I've tried it, but there are plenty others that I'm pretty sure work just as good. The water diet is another one that I've heard about. It's like really those OMAD and water diet is really like for getting into ketosis, getting into maximum fat loss. Anybody who don't know what ketosis is, basically it is your body burning fat instead of not burning fat, better burning muscle, and instead of what is it called, um like your food, you know. Um, yeah, and it's supposed to be like really good for you. Yeah, but it's actually really hard if you like work out or anything. It's really hard, especially like first 2 weeks. Like I said, I feel like I'd be saying stuff over and over again. It's just like the first 2 weeks over. It's gonna be really hard to get into, but once you start, man, it's gonna be super easy. Um, yeah, if you really want to go into 2022, going into it, you can start right now and be like a completely different person come June 2022. Like 100 pounds gone. Like for real, it is that amazing. I'm already like probably like I don't even know. I'm very skinny already as it is. And I lost like 12 pounds on this diet. Actually, how much was that? I was like 165. Now I'm 149. I lost 16 pounds actually. That's pretty impressive knowing that like I know I still like ran a lot, still like worked out, but still I wasn't losing weight like I said before. I wasn't losing weight then when I was running, working out, doing all of that. And yeah, I could definitely contribute all of that to the OMAD diet, and I feel like once you start, you will want to finish. It's not gonna be one of them things like working out. Like it's hard every day. Honestly, working out is kind of the same thing. It depends on how you push yourself. But working out is hard every day. You don't want to do it every day. But a diet is something that you kind of get used to because you have to eat every day. So your body is like um, it's still going to be hungry, but it'll like it will get used to what you're doing to it. Like the same thing working out. It's gonna be like extremely hard, but it'll get a little easier every day. You're gonna get stronger every day. Um, and like really, anybody who works out, you should really like on your days off when you aren't working out, stretch, man. Stretch, man. Like stretch. That is recovery is a workout. Okay? If you aren't taking your recovery seriously, you will not be able to take your workouts as seriously. You won't be able to push yourself as hard. You're gonna make excuses. I'm tight. I'm feeling sore. You're sore because you didn't stretch. You're tight because you didn't stretch. You didn't recover properly. Um, yeah, and it's really like that's something that doesn't get taught a lot, or like made it seem like it's not that big of a deal to stretch. Man, but that is a huge, huge, huge deal. Anybody knew me in high school, man, I pulled up my senior year. It was like very devastating, man. It was very devastating. Like, yeah, sad. It's really sad. Like, I pulled up right in a 200. Like coming off the curb, I felt like that was finna be like a PR too. Like I was gone, man. I was gone doing my thing. But yeah, stretch, man, stretch, 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 stretch. So I tell my cousin all the time when I'm working out with him, or just like when I get to see him. I tell him like make sure you like recover, make sure you're taking care of your body. Like first of all, like eating right, make sure you're recovering, make sure you're like running with form, make sure because he does track too, he plays football, so he like kind of in that same um place that I was in, like needing to. I don't know if I had somebody who told me that I need to stretch. I feel like I could have been different. Like I said, I was probably finna PR. I was definitely gonna PR that time, just because the heat was fast and I was like probably like second. I'm not gonna lie, to you, I was like first, just burning them niggas. But I was doing good, and yeah, yeah, I'd probably had a scholarship now. Probably been some D2, D2, maybe a D1 school, half scholarship, something that would have been worthwhile. But honestly, I don't look at that as something that I missed out on, because I'm very, very appreciative of where I am right now in life. Like every opportunity that I've gotten here, I probably wouldn't have gotten into trading then, because I wouldn't have needed the money. I probably wouldn't have got into what is it called? Investing, crypto. I probably wouldn't have got into computers, coding, none of that. Yeah, and honestly, that is what's made me feel happy. That's what's made me feel like my life means something. Not saying that I didn't like running. I literally love running. I still run pretty regularly. But just saying that I wouldn't have got to see what I liked. I wouldn't have got to know myself, as well as I do now. And not to say that I can tell the future, tell like what was gonna happen, because this could have happened regardless, or something very similar. But things happen for a reason, and I'm very appreciative of where I am today. Yeah, hope you are too. Don't think because last year was a bad year that uh, you can't be as good as you would have been if blah 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 if something didn't happen, whatever it is, fill in the blank. That don't matter. Time goes on. The day is going to come where opportunity comes. You just gotta be like ready to take it. You just gotta be ready to take it. And if you don't, like, if you aren't optimizing for luck, optimizing for potential, then you won't ever get that. Um, yeah, so just make sure you are finding what you're interested in, finding yourself, finding Like, do everything that you can that you like, all right? And I promise you it'll pay off. I promise you it will. Hopefully you are um, hearing me. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's something that don't really get taught. It don't get taught to like be about like just your interests. Like people are taught to get a job, get out of my house, get a job. Why are you still here? Get a job. Like that it shouldn't be the message. It should be find what you're interested in and go for it. It shouldn't be people like your parents, they should not tell you. Sorry about that. Your parents should not tell you what you're interested in, don't pay. All right. They shouldn't be telling you that. They shouldn't. Man, my parents spent like my first 2 years of college telling me that, and honestly, that was very demotivating for my classes. That sounds like an excuse, but like, man, I'm already struggling in class, but to get calls like, man, you don't need to be doing physics, you don't need to be doing blah blah blah. This is what I like though, so this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so anybody who's like doing something that they feel like, I don't know, they don't feel like it, they can't see it, go into it with all you can, all the effort you can, and just hit it, get it. Go get it. I promise you it'll pay off. Man, yeah. They've changed recently. They start to believe in me, but yeah, it was actually like really, I don't know, not just that, but just like my school is not the best place to learn physics. Yeah, not to say anything bad about my school. I love my school. I love the teachers there. I love all my professors that I've had. They've been great, but yeah, we aren't exactly known for STEM. We're actually known for. Sorry about that. We're actually known for teaching. We have like one of the best teaching programs in Texas. Uh, yeah, but um, hopefully you are like if you want to be a teacher, become the best teacher that you want to be. I know that's not for everybody, but if that is what you want to do, become the best one that you want to be. Don't halfway do it. You know, um, yeah, like don't halfway do anything that you want to do. I don't know why I said that. Um, but yeah, teaching is actually really cool. It's a very honored profession. It is a very it's something that people um, it's something that people kind of don't appreciate until they're the ones who need the teachers, until you're their parent. Um, but yeah, teachers are teaching a whole new generation on how to be humans, on how to be a person in this society. And yeah, we need motivated teachers. We need teachers who want to be teachers. Um, yeah, because anybody who went to the Soto, they know there's a lot of people who didn't want to be teachers, man. What's it called? Hyman? What was that dude's name? Um, I don't know. I can't think of this dude's name. He was always high though. He got fired for smoking in his. He was a chemistry teacher. Anybody who know, they know who I'm talking about. Yeah, we don't need teachers like that. We need teachers who actually want to teach, who get kids fired up to learn. I definitely had some nice teachers who got me fired up to learn. Um, Mr. West, shout out to Mr. West. Anybody who had Mr. West, he was a great teacher. He actually moved schools like I think the year after I was there, but I was literally we worked. It was a chemistry class. We worked there from the time we got into the class to the time we left. Like literally, as the bell was going off, I was still writing. Whole class was still going, and it was because he was a teacher who was literally every day he was fired up about class, and because you could tell that he actually wanted to be there. He actually liked his job, and kids they can tell. Uh, they can tell if you're just there for a check. They can tell if you're just there for like not actually there to for their benefit, and they don't need to be getting paid if they aren't teaching. I had a lot of teachers who were like that, but I was blessed enough to have like a good physics teacher, a good chemistry teacher, a good what's the other one? A good math teacher. I was blessed to have those things. You could say that they led me to where I am now. Well, at least led me to be passionate about those things. But honestly, I think that it just happened for a reason. Who knows? Yeah. So, sorry about that. My senior year physics teacher, she actually got me to be a physics major. Like I didn't know what I wanted to major in. I look he wanted to be a philosophy major just because I didn't understand anything about what we didn't know. I thought that becoming a philosophy major would help me answer the big question, but actually physics would. Now that I'm studying physics and know what we don't know, philosophy is more just reading. It's more just studying those past people, and I don't think that honestly, I don't think that's gonna get us anywhere. Because what knowing the past is important, but we live in the present. We live in the future. Our culture has changed so much. We should adjust to that. Sorry about that. Hopefully, hopefully y'all are realizing that. Hopefully, like the English majors, the history majors, the humanitarian majors, the psychology majors, especially psychology majors. Like psychology, a lot of people who are psychology majors, they think that, um, well, I can't say what they think, but psychology majors they focus on the studies focus on the past a lot, like a lot. I wrote some psychology papers for some people, and they focus mostly on like old stuff that isn't relevant in today's world. And we know a lot about the body, and I feel like honestly, to be a psychology major today, you have to kind of know a lot about the body. You have to know a lot about the mind. It's not just behavioral. Sorry about that. It's not just behavioral. Psychology is a huge field. It's literally like right now, this is psychology. If you want, if you're like a if you just like to psychoanalyze everything, you could psychoanalyze this and say, I guess you couldn't say much because you still have one perspective. But yeah, you should really try to take in the big picture, like with psychology nowadays. I feel like you can't just say you had this dream because something else, I mean because something happened. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of things that we don't know about the brain, about just period, about everything. Um, especially physics. A lot that we don't know. I honestly think that the universe is a continuum. Sorry about that. I think that things get infinitesimally smaller and smaller. And honestly, it is perspective based because there's probably an atom or whatever um, the universe's version of an atom is that is infinitely bigger than you, but to something else, it's much, much smaller. Sorry about that. Um, yeah. And I definitely think that inside of a quark, there is internal dialogue. There is communication that happens inside of that particle, inside of electron. Same thing. I definitely think that we just don't know enough, and to say that we do is just shows you how ignorant we are. I mean, we literally like think about it. We literally have been doing the scientific method and proving things scientifically, not just religiously, not any of that woo woo stuff. Scientifically, we've been doing that for 400, 500 years. That is nothing. And to think that the universe has been going on for literally billions upon billions of years, and to think that we can figure it out in 500 years with an imperfect system, that's ridiculous to me. Hopefully, hopefully a lot of young scientists are realizing that there is plenty potential for growth, and AI is going to help, but we're going to need people to lead us in the right directions, because AI, it goes off of data. Okay, it goes off of data. You can say that is more accurate, but we until we have an AI that can build its own AI, a better AI, then we will never truly rely on AI. We'll always need scientists. We'll always need philosophers. We'll always need psychologists. Any field who are like the top of the top, who are like the cream of the crop. We'll always need those people. And engineers, you don't even got to be that good. We're gonna always need you. But hopefully you are still like trying to be your best self, trying to be your best engineer, whether it be mechanical, electrical, civil, whatever kind of engineer you are. Be your best be the best engineer that you can be. Um, yeah, like, cause we're gonna need that, especially like going into space, man. Going into space, we're gonna need a lot of engineers, a lot of physicists, a lot of chemists, a lot of people who are kind of like out of a job right now. We're gonna need those people. They are going to be filled if they have a passion for it. Cause yeah, honestly though, you don't choose chemistry or physics or any of those things if you without having a passion for it. So yeah, just keep that energy, keep that drive, keep that wave of hope going in you, cause it's gonna be useful. Um, yeah, anybody heard of the Space Force? I've been seeing that. I've been seeing the Space Force on like my Snapchat ads. I don't know why, cause like who would want to go into space? At least not now. We don't know anything about space. Like we know a lot about space, but we don't know anything about space. It's just too many unknowns. Like you think you think it's dangerous here. Space is it's just unknowable. It's too big. At least for us now, it's too much going on in space for me to say the Space Force is a viable option, Not just Space Force, but any type of like mission going into space. It's kind of like you're kind of risking it. You're risking life. You're risking your not even just life, but you're risking your sanity. We don't know the long term effects of going into space. You know, the long term effects of isolation, the long term effects of being away from the planet. Because we've evolved to be on this planet. I think that there's something that deep down in us know that the planet is our home. The planet is where we are, like where we're meant to be. Um, yeah. Hopefully, we figure that out. Yeah. Space is big, man. And honestly, we don't need to be going to space until we have adequate propulsion, till we have a way to like really move around, maneuver in space that isn't going to take years and isn't going to take so much excuse me, so many resources. SpaceX is actually doing a lot to do it, a lot with that. Just with like their reusable rockets, they haven't done much with propulsion, I believe, but their reusable rockets have made it to where you don't have to throw away the $1 billion thing. Like just to think about that, in like the '60s when we were like going to the moon first, um, taxpayers were paying billions upon billions of dollars to fund one mission. Okay, one mission. That's ridiculous, man. And I'm pretty sure even now we'll probably look back on how we do it now, how we like waste rocket fuel, how we like waste all that energy, Yeah, because what was it called? I'm not a rocket scientist, but I know the basic mechanics of how you get things to move. You need an input to get an output. Right now, rockets are they're obviously not the most efficient way, just simply because there is a waste product. Yeah, and we could do better. We could do a lot better with that. Yeah, hopefully that we don't. Hopefully we figure it out. Hopefully we figure out a way to make rockets viable, if not for commercial use, for exploration, just for the urge to explore. Um, yeah, because that is valuable, man. Man. I hope that we aren't still on Snapchat and still aren't on Instagram taking selfies when we have commercial space travel. I really hope that we are doing better in like the next 20 years, the next 10 years, the next 5 years, man. I hope that we are in a completely different space, man. Uh, Not just as a society, but as humans, as human culture needs to change. It needs to shift, man. And I be driving, be sparking. This is my last week sparking, but I be sparking, and it is gross just to see how selfish people are. Selfish with their time, selfish with their space. I see a lot of people cut people off, and if the universe taught me anything, there is balance in everything that you do. You need to have balance. If you don't balance it yourself, or at least try to balance it, try to maintain tranquility with what's around you, the universe will show you why you need balance, why just what you need to change. The universe will. And I definitely see like just people get cut off in traffic, and it's just like I don't know, they don't have, they're always like, they're never, the person you see cutting off somebody in traffic is never the guy in the Benz. Okay, it's very rarely the guy in the Benz, but I'm pretty sure that guy is probably like, you don't have a valuable reason to be selfish and cut somebody off, but it's always somebody in the bad car. It's always somebody in the ugly car. It's always somebody in the car that's like probably finna break down. I definitely think the universe balances out that way. Yeah, but not to say like if you going through something that is because you did something, but it's probably because it needed to happen. Yeah, I definitely think that the universe has balance, and if you don't balance it yourself, it will balance for you. I hope that you have been entertained today. I hope that you have enjoyed this podcast. I hope that you are drinking water. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I hope you are tackling the day, man. I hope that it hasn't been too loud in the background. I hope that you are being your best self today. I hope that you are going into 2022, tackling it, becoming a new you. I hope that you are, just taking in the moment. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.